Sri Lanka, being an island situated in the heart of the Indian Ocean, at a time was considered as one of the most famous international trade centers in the world. Famous for its trade links and sea silk routes, the evidence of Sri Lanka's early diplomatic relations goes back to the times of the early Roman Empire. Since then, Sri Lanka has achieved a number of significant milestones in the field of international relations, being a founding nation of the non-aligned movement. Voicing our opinion in international arenas has been a standard practice by many of our heads of state. The Lkiirss Institute for International Relations and Strategic Studies, also known as the Lkiirss Institute, is situated in the heart of Colombo City. Located at 24 Horton Place, the Lkiirss Institute premises is an elegant piece of property surrounded by its natural flora, in which the Institute's office complex is based in the historic Lighthouse building. The Institute was founded in 2002, at which time it functioned as the Sri Lanka Institute of Strategic Studies. In 2006, the Institute was renamed by the Sri Lanka Institute of Strategic Studies Amendments Act No. 32 of 2006 as the Lkiirss Institute for International Relations and Strategic Studies, in honor of the renowned late Foreign Minister Lkiirss. The Lkiirss Institute constitutes of a multidisciplinary research forum dedicated for the generation of research and analytical data with a view for providing an input for national policy formation. The Lkiirss Institute focuses on three main areas. Number 1, foreign policy. Number 2, economic and trade policy. Number 3, national security policy. The Institute organizes and conducts seminars, public lectures, national conferences, in-house briefing, and workshops on policy-related issues. It produces research papers, publication, bulletins on policy studies, and is the only national think tank in Sri Lanka. As a country emerging from 25 years of conflict, the challenges that we face are many. Some of these challenges include, number 1, national reconciliation.
Nick Tamil yourself.
Yes.
To be so reviled by a group of Tamils.
Well,
the Tamil
I see it like this. At birth, I was given a label. And if having been given that label, the LTT, nobody else, the LTT wants me to accept and approve everything that they do. The suicide bombers, the child soldiers, the political assassinations, the extortion of ordinary
But how does it
people.
make you feel? You've got to
I'm
go
coming
around.
to that. I'm coming to that.
Security
Before I
guards
tell you what
all
I
over the
feel, let
place.
me give you my rationale. Now, if being opposed to all that makes me a traitor, which is what they call me sometimes, I am absolutely delighted to accept that appellation. I do it with pleasure.
Lakshman Kadirgama, thank you very much for coming on.
Not at all.
Number 2, diplomatic relations with emerging and established powers.
Recent conversations. Every week, there are large numbers of ex-combatants who are being released and being reintegrated into society. This is a proud nation. It is a nation that has the courage of its convictions. It is doing what it believes to be right. And these are steps that we are taking at the right time, in a balanced and measured way, in response to the wishes of the people of this nation.
Number 3, economic development.
We can derive guidance from the wise words of Gautama the Buddha, who advised the Lichvi princess, whose energies were being consumed by bitter disputes among them, that the way forward consists of meeting, discussing, and departing in an atmosphere of amity and goodwill. This represents the essential spirit of United Nations, particularly relevant today.
The Lkiirss Institute focuses on getting the views and ideas of the diverse communities in Sri Lanka and making sure that they are heard and developed. Independent thinking is always promoted by the Institute. Bandaranaike International Diplomatic Training Institute is the academic wing of the Lkiirss Institute, providing the collective knowledge of numerous intelligent minds to become a part of Sri Lanka's foreign service. Last but not least, the Lkiirss Institute, in its vision, is the center for the purpose driven in researching excellence.